Hey Luke, this is Keaton Everett with ABC, going over your pitching video from camp. I'm going to go through and look at your motion and talk about a few things and break it down at a couple spots that we always look at to make sure that you know you're getting consistent, you're getting efficient, you're able to repeat everything, you're getting yourself in a nice healthy spot, and we'll kind of go from there. So we'll look at your initial setup and your initial start. All right, this is some of the easiest things to sort of change and make adjustments on, but it's one of the things that's kind of overlooked the most, and it's probably one of the most important parts of your mechanics too. So what we look at is basically your balance and your posture and what you're doing through that initial leg lift to your balance point. All right. So as you come back, you see everything kind of shifts back a little bit, and your hands start to move. All right. Your eyes start peeking down at the ground. And so what we want to try to get to a point of is getting everything repeatable and just eliminating all that excess movement. So we don't want to have anything go backwards ever. All our goal is forwards, and we want to try to get ourselves so we're not moving backwards at all. All right. So here's where that initial setup should be. All right. It's a small thing, but just that initial setup where your hips are now back over here. Your shoulders are back a little bit more. It's probably 80%, 20% on that front side. So just that initial weight shift is going to help you out a lot. All right. The other thing too is watching your glove as we kick forward. You see it goes out from your chest and up. Same thing with that. We don't want all that movement. Try to keep it back and keep it around that chest area. And just no movement at all. If we were just kind of to key in on that upper body, we really shouldn't see a whole lot of movement at all. It's just maybe a little bit of some movement forward, but just sort of eliminate some of those extra movements. All right. And also, so here's the height of your leg kick right here. And also, once that front foot starts going up, eyes on that target. All right. It doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it helps out so much. It's just so easy to do, and it'll help you out a ton. So that'll be big for you too. So your head, all right, you're doing good at keeping this balance. All right, once that leg starts going up, a lot of times kids start drifting forward. So you're doing good at staying over that back foot and breaking your hands over that rubber. All right. So as we get forward through our delivery, all right, you're doing a good job at leading with your hips. All right, it's good for your age too, especially because strength's a big factor of that. You're getting those hips going. You're getting down the mound, getting some extension, which is really good. All right. So what we want to try to get to, which is going to be easier as you get older and get stronger again, is to start staying in our backside a little bit more. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Is that your foot strike? So once that front foot first hits the ground, which looks like it's about right about here, as you can see, your weight is out over that front side. All right, that knee is a little bit over that ankle. All right, we want to try to have where that back heel is turned up a little bit off the ground. It's not completely turned over, but you're taking more of a load in your knee, and so now you're going to be somewhere, out here. Your stride length is going to be another half foot or so longer. And that will get those legs going, get everything stored up, and create a little bit more power. And again, it's a strength thing too. So just something to pay attention to. Now, your front side looks like your left side's leaking a little bit early, but it's not too bad. Your glove's out over your front foot, which is good to see. All right, now we're going to see if it stays out there through your delivery, and you see it does. And so basically what I was talking about with the weight on the front side. All right, so you're landing with that weight on that front side, and what that's going to cause you to do is rotate your hips and your upper body together. All right, so you see here is that as we click forward, those hips go with the shoulder. All right, so the torque is what creates velocity, and so torque is your ability to get your hip moving forward to about this position, and your upper body is still back in that position we kind of drew where your glove was out back here. All right, where your shoulders haven't turned, and so when you get out front, you just can't do that. Your hips are going to go with your shoulders. You can't create that torque getting out front You can only do that by staying back. All right, and then what you're going to see too is when you get out front is you see a push of the baseball. And push of the baseball is when you can see daylight between your arm and your head before you release the ball. All right, so you're now releasing the ball, you know, about between these two frames. You can see your posture. You're almost completely straight up. You know, you got a little bit of bend here, and then you see this angle right there. All right, what we want to see through that release is a straight leg, more angle with our body, so our head and our chest is out over that front foot. All right, that's just utilizing our lower half, creating angles, you know, getting us closer to the target. And so we want to try to get to that point of more extension through that back leg. So you're just back here. All right, and so now that your upper body's out in front a little bit more, that elbow's not going to get out in front. You're not going to be pushing the ball. You're going to be able to get up on top, drive the ball downhill, and just get a lot more powerful with everything. And again, too, it'll get easier as you get older, but as long as you're aware of it and work on it, you know, when you do get that strength, it'll help you out a lot. So we just got to make sure that you're staying back longer through that foot strike. All right, work on your initial sort of setup, but for your age, really solid. You know, good work. It's pretty good for your age, especially. So excited to see, you know, how you develop over the years. So keep up good work. Thanks for making it out into camp. Hopefully you had a great time. Good luck this season, and hopefully we'll see you again with ABC.